Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, who I learned his truth from and who rule well. Peace and salutation to 144,000 and the 1/3, the large multitude, unto you I say shalom. So today's lesson that I want to get into is how the Lord is visiting the earth, through these storms, these hurricanes, these heat waves, earthquakes, these floods. We just had a Hurricane Beryl, hit Houston. Everybody down there, doesn't have power. The death toll is up to 8 people. So, the Lord is visiting the earth, through these storms, these hurricanes. So, I want to get into this article, from BBC News. The title, Storm Beryl Kills 8 and Cuts Power for Millions. And it reads, at least 8 people have died after Hurricane Beryl slammed into the southeast Texas and Louisiana, knocking out power for nearly 3 million people. Beryl hit the southern United States on Monday morning as a Category 1 hurricane, but it has since been downgraded to a tropical depression. So yeah, it hit the islands, it hit Jamaica first, and it made its way up to Houston, Officials warn of destructive winds up to 15 inches of rain and life-threatening storm surges. More than 1,100 flights were canceled at Houston's main airport on Monday, according to FlightAware.com. Some 2.3 million customers in Texas were without power as of Tuesday morning, said PowerOutage.us. And some cuts also were reported in Louisiana and Arkansas. The storm also caused major destruction and at least 10 deaths in the Caribbean. In the U.S., officials said 7 people had died in Texas, Harris, and Montgomery counties, while 1 more fatality was confirmed in neighboring Louisiana. A 53-year-old man died after winds downpoured down power lines and knocked a tree on his home in Harris County, causing his roof to collapse. Another person died in a house fire that is believed to have sparked by lightning, Houston mayor said. Three people were also killed in Montgomery County. Officials say 1 man was killed when a tree fell on him while he was driving a tractor, and 2 homeless people died when a tree fell on their tent. Yeah, man, so, the Lord is visiting the earth, through these storms, these hurricanes, and hurricane season just started. It was the first hurricane, Hurricane Beryl, the earliest recorded Category 5 hurricane. And there's going to be more to come in the following weeks. This is just the beginning. So the first scripture I want to get is Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 6, and it reads, thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. So yeah, it's the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, doing all these plagues, all these earthquakes, hurricanes, flash floods. A lot of people, blame it on Esau through his, weather machine, but ultimately it's the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. He's the one causing all the havoc, So, next scripture I want to get is 2nd Esdras, chapter 15 and verse 5, and it reads, behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Yeah, so, it's the Lord sending all these plagues upon the world, the sword, the famine, death, and destruction, because all the wickedness, going on around the whole world, specifically here in Babylon the Great, This is the mother of harlots, The next scripture I want to get is Nahum chapter 1 and verse 2. And it reads, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is jealous, and the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai revenges. The Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai revenges and is furious. The Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai will take vengeance on his adversaries, and he reserveth wrath for his enemies. So yeah, he's, furious of all the wickedness, going on all around the world. Especially, the Israelites, this so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. He's, looking down, through his angels, chariots, through his prophets, the hopeful elect. He's looking at all the wickedness, and, he's causing all these plagues to happen. Verse 3, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all equate the wicked. The Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai had his way in the whirlwind and the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. So, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, he's the one causing all these storms, all these hurricanes, earthquakes, bringing judgment upon this wicked earth, ruled by Esau, Edom. So next scripture I want to get is Amos chapter 9, verse 8, and it reads, Behold, the eyes of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it off the face of the earth, saying that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, said the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So yeah, the Lord's looking upon, the whole earth, specifically here in Babylon the Great, aka America, how the wickedness, had reached unto the heavens, everybody's, doing their own will, that do as thou wilt, serving their own bellies, making mammon their God, and the 2/3 are going to be judged, the heathens are going to be judged, because they're not fearing the Lord. So he's bringing these plagues, these storms, these hurricanes. Next scripture I want to get is Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 39, and start at verse 28, and it reads, There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In time of destruction they pour out their fours and appease the wrath of him that made them. Verse 29, fire and hell and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. So yeah, all these storms, they were created to, judge the wickedness going around, bring judgment upon all these people. Whoever perished being innocent, all the people who are being judged, they're not innocent. They may be judged for something they did in this life or their past life, So next scripture I want to get is Deuteronomy chapter 32 and I'm going to start at verse 39, and it reads, "See now that even I am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand." So, yeah, it's Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, bringing judgment. He's the one that, causes people to be put to death. Not unlike the Christian church that, has you believe that, it's Satan, no, it's Yahweh Bashim Yahushai bringing judgment. Once you fall into his hand, you're pretty much done for, you're pretty much through. Next scripture I want to get is Isaiah chapter 45. I'm going to start at verse 7. And it reads, "I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, do all these things." So ultimately, it's the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, bringing these plagues, the judgment against this wicked kingdom. So, we got to fear the Lord, to have those plagues pass over us, like in the time of Egypt, But that's pretty much for this lesson. I want to give all praises, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who I learned this truth from, and will rule well. Peace and salutations to the 144,000 and the large multitude, the 1/3. Unto you I say Shalom.